So let's see. There is a ton of customization you can do with your squads.
Okay.
So if you press E, you can go to the equipment and you can be very specific with their outfits if you want to.
Okay.
Like right now, he'll try to wear any of these pieces of armor just made of metal. But you could specify a specific type of metal, like iron or steel.
I hit enter and something went away.
Oh yeah, you removed his weapon choice.
Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. I was just hitting enter.
Oh yeah, so as it is now, he'll equip no weapon.
That's a problem. I want to tell him to equip a weapon.
So at the top, you'll see weapon is capital W.
Oh, I didn't even look up there. Good lord.
Yeah, and these are all kinds of choices. Like you can, the first one where it says specific weapon, you can specify one exact item in the fort.
Well, hold on. Maybe I shouldn't have him with a weapon. He's a wrestler.
That is true. You could have him go without if you want.
I'm just a little worried about him getting... He's the militia commander. I kind of don't want him up in the fray unless he's already very good at combat, right? Because, like, if he goes down, who's ordering the troops?
Somebody else would have to step up.
And plus, as a wrestler, I mean, I gotta imagine that in a big brawl... If you're a wrestler and you're taking someone down and trying to choke them out or throwing them around or something, I imagine you're leaving yourself open to being ganged up on if you don't have backup.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you take a guy down to the ground and maybe you're choking the shit out of him, but if someone could just walk up and stab you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, yeah, your militia commander is gonna be fighting with the rest of the guys.
Okay, maybe I'll tell him to use a crossbow. Let's, So individual choice ranged?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can like specify crossbows. You can have like any level of detail you want.
So if I say individual choice ranged, he will decide his own weapon from our assortment of ranged ones?
Yep, he'll go and try to find the best ranged weapon he can find.
Okay, you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, there's probably some good crossbows around.
Yeah, that's probably the best ranged weapon he can find is probably one he made himself.
Yeah.
If anything, if he's always carrying around a crossbow, he'll be better at hunting. The hunting might just make good practice for him.
Yeah, that's true.
We got to start making ammo, actually. We might need to make a manager order for that. So what happened to Bobby Lashley while I go looking into work orders for crossbow bolts?
Well, I've been just kind of skimming. I mean, it says that there is documentation from 2019. Let's see, he was in a January 7th, 2019 episode of Raw, it says.
Yep. That's the thing is, I feel like I haven't seen him in like 2 or 3 months. He just kind of vanished, and I just thought about it now. Hope he's okay. Might be an injury or something. If you Google like Bobby Lashley injury, maybe you'll get an article.
Oh, the second thing on here was Bobby Lashley injury update.
That's a shame.
This is from August 6th.
Oh, so very recent. Okay.
Bobby Lashley has been off WWE TV for weeks. It's because he underwent surgery on his elbow.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like, he just showed up one week and, like, he kills Rey Mysterio, and then I haven't seen him since. Like, it looked like they were about to be like, okay, well, he's a gigantic monster right now. Be prepared to, watch him every week. Just vanished. So he must have speared Rey so hard that his own elbow exploded.
This article says bone spurs in his elbow.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's something you got to have taken care of right away. Bone spurs is awful. That unfortunately happens often in wrestling.
So he is getting surgery.
10 crossbows done. And I set up an order of 50 wooden crossbow bolts, by the way. I'm sure wooden crossbow bolts are pretty crap, but I figure take what you can get. If we're hunting animals for practice, wooden bolts, I'm sure, are like super low cost to make.
That's true. But another good option is bone bolts.
Is it because we don't have many uses for bone?
Yep, and they're kind of like a, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Like a self-replenishing source.
Because when you kill, you then get more bones available.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Use the bone bolts to hunt animals and use those animals' bones to make more bolts.
That's a really good idea. I just put a work order for it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you'll have any bones in storage, but if you do, then
when we get them,
they're good to use. Yep.
Okay.
I also don't know if you have a bone crafter.
Might not. Okay, so back on the militia page real quick. So we've learned. We've got Gulak here. He's part of the Gulak pack. He already knows what weapons to use. N for uniform. No, I wanted. I want. Oh, enter is removed from squad. I didn't notice that before. So that's where my problem was last time. Equip. Okay, so this is what you're allowed to equip.
So you see the check mark on the right? He has already selected a ranged weapon.
Okay, so because there's no check mark on the other things, that probably means there isn't anything of those, and that's why he hasn't gotten them yet.
Right, he has not been able to locate those yet.
Okay, so we probably need to make some gear.
Yeah, and that's why you need a metal ore that is not zinc.
Yeah, because isn't zinc part of, like, aluminium? We're not going to make weapons out of that.
Right. It's not a weapons-grade metal.
Yeah. God, I just said aluminium, and that made me want to play Hearts of Iron 4. You have Hearts of Iron 4. I just remembered.
I do.
You're teaching me how to play this? I taught you Factorio. I got to teach you Hearts of Iron 4, because that game is good.
We've played like a session of it, but I still feel like I didn't get everything.
No, it's okay. No one gets it all in the first try, especially on grand strategy games. Paradox games are always a bit hard to get into, but it's fun. Plus, you started as Soviet Union, and although they're like one of the strongest in the game, it's a large, complicated country to start with. So there is that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start adding people to the Gulak pack, right? I feel like that's a good next step. So I want to do P for positions, perhaps? Yes. So available, and then I go over to the right, and if I were to hit enter on someone, it would assign to squad. Okay, I'm seeing how to do this.
It would. And you see at the top, like right under their name, it'll say no relevant skills.
Okay, we have a competent spear dwarf here, so we'll add him to the Gulak pack. And a competent mace dwarf. Okay, so that's all of our people who are citizens and have at least a little combat skill. So I'm feeling like now I probably want to go back to equip, and I want to make sure that they're using relevant things. So individual choice melee. Now, with individual choice, let's say we had a spear and a mace. Would he, as a spear expert, or at least competent in it, because it's his choice, would he pick whatever he's most talented with out of what's available?
I think he would try to, but I'm not 100% sure. He might just decide, I never liked spears. I really want to get into swords.
Yeah, I could see it being either way, where it's like alphabetically first weapon that's closest or something. But I could also see it being a thing of it's his individual choice, so he'll pick whatever is available that he's most skilled with.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He does have a mind of his own, but you can specify that you want him to just use spears.
I think I am going to specify that I want him to use spears. So I'm going to say spears, and then on him, get rid of that and specify maces. So we got to make these guys a spear and a mace.
Go back to that squad page real quick. I'm not sure if you entered it fully. Go to equipment.
Spear, mace.
Okay,
yeah, we're good.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you've got it, yeah.
Okay, and then uniforms. That's where you specify what is part of a uniform. I understand that. U for supplies. Gulak pack, carry any drink, carry 2 food.
I've never really seen that too much.
Okay, ammunition, 100 bolts for hunters. That makes sense. Gulak pack should definitely carry ammunition because Gulak himself is a crossbowman. So let's go bolts. Do I...
wow.
What am I doing right now? Specifying a number? Add item.
Well, this is an interesting thing. You can actually specify like a different type of bolts to use for training or for combat.
Oh, so for combat, I could tell them use metal ones, and for training, use like wood or something.
Right. That's something you can do, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I see it up there. C and T, turning it on and off like that. Okay.
Yep, so you could hit capital M, and that would specify a certain type of bolt, not just any bolt.
I've gotcha. Okay. Well, let's wood bolts, and that's turn off combat for that. The Gulak pack should not be using wood, should only be using wood bolts in training. And then I want to do C for add item. I'll do bolts again, get rid of T on that one, and capital M. Let's go metal. And do you think I should do another one of bone, or is bone not strong enough to pierce like armor?
It probably wouldn't pierce most armor, but I mean, you won't always be fighting armored enemies either.
That's a good point. Say a bunch of kobolds run at me, they can still hurt, but loincloths.
Yeah.
So, if anything, if a horde of weak dudes with no armor are running at me, I want a lot of dudes who can shoot them and wear them down from a range before they close in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So metal bolts would be ideal, but you don't really have any right now, I don't think.
Yeah, so let's have another one here, not for training, and I'm going to specify this one as bone. Okay, so bone and metal for combat, wood for training for the Gulag pack, hunters, just bolts in general for whatever. Maybe I'll specify, for hunting, there's no way I'll need metal for hunting, right?
No, you don't, but... that item at the top right there, that's not specifying for hunters. That's still in the Gulag Packs menu.
Okay, yeah, I see what I did wrong here. So I will get...
There you
go. I do see what I got wrong. There we go. Okay, I'm getting used to this menu. It works a little differently from the other ones. Bolts, yes, bolts. Nope. That was... well, you know what? That works, actually. I will do wood for one and bone for the other. You can use either for hunters. I don't mind.
So that means they just won't use metal ones?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm feeling pretty confident that I understand that. Now let's go to alerts. What is this? So Civ, that's a great series of games by our Lord and Savior Sid Meier.
So these are like customizable alert levels. So say there is an invasion and you want everybody to stay inside, you could change the alert to like invasion mode and restrict all of the civilians to just go to a specific area.
Okay, I think I understand how that works. There's something like that in RimWorld.
Yeah. So
and burrows increase your population limit through food by 10.
No.
It's a Warcraft 3 joke.
No.
Did you also play an unhealthy amount of Warcraft 3?
If by an unhealthy amount you mean none, then I played a very unhealthy amount.
A whole summer of my high school years was custom maps in Warcraft 3. Entire games were made out of the custom maps of Warcraft 3. All I'm saying is there's a remake of Warcraft 3 coming out soon. You're going to get it, and we are going to play custom maps together because Dark Deeds is so fucking fun. And Life of fucking everything on that is awesome. Look, it's an awesome game. You don't even need to be into RTSs because entire video games are made in the custom map scene of that. Dota and League of Legends were made from the custom map scene of that video game. It was so robust. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, and like tower defense and like a lot of stuff.
Like genres were made from that. Back to the video game. S for schedule. Oh, train.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can specify like... So these are months. These are like the names of the dwarven months on the calendar.
Yes.
You can have them like training in certain months and taking other months off.
Okay.
But you will need a barracks before they can really do any of these things. That is a room that you'll have to make.
So a barracks, would the barracks just be for sleeping, just for training, or for both? Because I know barracks is one of those words that has a lot of meanings.
Yeah, it can be for both. So you can put beds in a barracks and like put their equipment in the barracks, and that's where they'll spar also.
Now, would a barracks be okay to have in a place where, like in an area like this where people are sleeping, or would the training be allowed?
It might make noise, I'm not sure. You usually want it different from where the bedrooms are.
Okay. Do you think maybe I could just have it like far out here?
That would work, yeah.
Or would it be unwise to have my barracks where the soldiers are going to be really far from the stairwell in case of an emergency when they need to run out there? Petition.
Yeah, that is another concern. Oh, you have another... I think that's the human lasher who wants to...
Oh, yeah. Why would I ever not approve? Is it just because they eat our food?
Yeah, I guess so. Just if you think the population is too bloated.
The Lasher? Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley, yeah.
Militia Captain. Wait, what's... I have Militia Commander. What's a Militia Captain? Is that like a
so
lower rank within the militia?
Yes, so that position will appear repeatedly as you fill more of them. So, like, since you made a commander, now you can make a captain next.
Okay.
And then after you make another captain, there'll be the next squad leader. And
so
then
would
you'll
that
have a
just be to control more squads?
That's right.
Okay. I need to rename him, so I will find this one down here. Yep, it is the Human Lasher. View unit, Y for customize, and for nickname, Bobby Lashley. There we go.
Perfect.
We've got the Lasher. Just, it's okay. He'll spear his way through the competition. Just, keep an eye on that elbow.
Oh, yeah. Keep it safe.
That's his weak point.
Yeah.
Give him an elbow pad.
It is kind of a strategic decision of where you want your barracks to be in the fort. Because...
make charcoal complete. That was actually pretty quick. I think I'll give him another order for that.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
It is usually a good idea to have the barracks near the surface, because that's where most of your threats are going to come from. But it doesn't hurt to also have it somewhat underground, because, sometimes there are underground monsters in the caves. But near the surface is usually where I put mine, I think.
What's the, it's triangle brackets for up and down, you right? Yeah. Okay, so I think this is the first floor that's, I think this is the first floor made with a stone floor, so they're not, like, walking around in dirt. You think maybe I should make a little barracks in here?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Because it's not too far from the surface, it's not too far from anything else, and I can have it be close to the stairwell so that they have easy access to it. Not super close, just because, maybe people stomping up and down the stairwell might be loud. I'll make sure there's like a door between them and that,
Yeah, I would carve out a room there.
Okay, so that is D for designation, and then mine. Yeah, I gotcha. All right, I got them started on that.
All right.
They're getting to work. Man, they're so much faster at mining now. They must have really built up their skill.
Oh yeah, they're really good at it. Yeah, I would go ahead and carve out the whole room.
May as well.
You'll want it to be like fairly sizable, so you can have stockpiles for armor weapons.
We struck something. It was I've struck coal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something we've struck before. It's probably that little sprite at the bottom.
Yeah, and then this is the crystal or whatever they just found.
I think it was an opal of some kind.
Something like that. Okay, let's we'll put a door there and then make a big old fucking room.
Oh yeah, that is a sweet barracks.
I mean, one day we're gonna have a proper army, I'm sure. So, and we'll get a door. Get that in early. No reason not to.
Yeah. And I don't know if you'll want this to be the same room, but an archery range is also good to have to train the crossbow dwarf.
Yep, that's a good idea. Now, can we make like training dummies, or would they just train with each other?
Well, for melee weapons, they'll just spar with each other and like train each other.
Okay.
But for archery, you do need to build targets for them to shoot at.
Yeah, I imagine that nobody wants to be the training dummy for the archery range, and thus,
no.
Yeah.
You don't really want to do crossbow sparring.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
No.
You can pull your punches and everything. You can't, once you hit that trigger on the crossbow, you can't make it hurt less,
Yeah, you can't just pull the trigger a little.
It's not exactly how guns work.
No.
It's okay, officer. I only pulled it halfway.
I just gently pulled the trigger.
Yeah. It's okay, officer. I haven't leveled up enough for my bullets to do that much damage. Right, I need to set up a hotkey for the barracks. So it's wrong way.
Yeah, unfortunately, the dwarves have not yet invented airsoft crossbow bolts.
Not yet. We're working on it. We need a scientist.
They have not invented dwarven paintball.
F6, yeah. And then it's zoom here. So if I... Got it. Nice. Got it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we've done We've set up a militia, although it obviously needs work. So if we look here now,
a small one.
God, how are we going to find some ore? Because we need metal.
Well, you're gonna have to dig deeper, most likely.
Petition? Eradicating monsters? Sure. Does there ever come a point where we'd say no to that? Like, it's basically a militia defending us, right? Like, we want that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when you would ever not want them. But yeah, you will probably want to dig deeper to find some metals.
Okay. Where in this pile of names? Where in this pile of names is the new person? Oh, it's this one. Human Hammerer. Oh, Hammerman. Wow, we have a human.
Hammerman. Human Hammerman.
That's his name. Hammerman.
Mr. Hammerman.
He has a confirmed kill. He's killed a human. Wow.
Once. Alright.
What are his thoughts? I can now resign in wind trots. That was very satisfying.
She feels pleasure near a fine table.
She feels pleasure near a fine seat. She feels satisfied after being granted residency. Within the last season, she was grouchy when caught in the rain. Sorry, it's just so goofy. I love it. A medium-sized creature prone to great ambition. What do we name this medium-sized creature prone to great ambition?
Do you want to pull from your list?
I pull from my list for residents, for citizens.
So these are.
We need to pull from our interests, from pop culture. Who's the hot new YouTuber right now?
Hot new YouTuber?
Is it me because I just had a cameo on Game Theory yesterday?
What did you say we were gonna do with our own names? You said there was something we were supposed to do.
I think we wanted to be citizens. So that awful things can happen to us.
Yeah. Well, awful things will happen to the immigrant workers also.
That's true, but
in all likelihood.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're probably going to be the first on the front lines. I mean, when that Cobalt showed up, it wasn't one of our fucking guys that jumped in the fray. It was one of those badasses that stepped up and shot it in the brain with an arrow.
God, yeah.
God, he fucked him up. Shot him in the thigh, collapsed him, and then finishes him off with a brain shot when he's already down. He could have just hit him with the butt of the gun.
Yeah.
God.
They actually do that too. If they run out of bolts, sometimes they just use their crossbow as a blunt instrument.
Is it any good? I'm guessing it depends on the strength of the dwarf.
Yeah, and the material that the crossbow is made of.
Yeah.
But it's usually not ideal.
I'd imagine it's a bit of a last resort.
Mm-hmm.
Right, a name.
From our interests. How do you feel about JoJo characters?
Too late. Already did Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
Because he's a badass.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, he's smelting ore. In fact, he's working on it right now. That's good. I'm gonna set up an order to do iron breastplate, and one day they'll have iron. He canceled it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was gonna immediately cancel it because you have no iron.
Well,
but I thought of a good idea. You should make a couple more stockpiles for bars.
Right. We actually don't have a stockpile for that, do we? Oh, right, the bins are done. Nice.
Oh, that's good. So all of the charcoal is just piling up in that workshop, and all of the zinc bars.
So you struck opal again. We're getting a lot of gemstone and not a whole lot of ore. Right. Is gemstone just very common?
I mean, there's a lot of different gems and, very various levels of value.
Okay. Now...
some gemstones are pretty cheap.
Okay. I'm guessing that different depths have different likelihoods of different materials to spawn.
Definitely.
Okay. Is metal more common lower down or perhaps higher quality metal?
Yeah, different types of metal spawn usually like different elevations. That's why you've got zinc. It's pretty shallow.
Okay. So let's say let's say iron. That sounds like obviously a very good material to have. What kind of levels would we commonly be finding iron on? Because maybe that's where we want to start looking first.
I would have to look that up. I can find out.
Okay. Also, what was the thing we were literally just about to do again?
Make a couple of stockpiles for bars.
Making a couple of stockpiles for bars. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would make one.
No, not designate. What was that?
P for piles.
Right.
And
bars and
B
blocks.
For bar.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, what I usually do is make one stockpile that is charcoal only, so you can see how much charcoal you have at a glance.
Good idea.
So see if you remember how to change those stockpile
I can
settings.
probably, not that one. I can probably figure it out pretty fast. It was not that. It was not R. That was combat log. Q. Change settings. Oh, nope, not a plus button for that. Sorry, every menu in this game controls slightly differently. I would like to okay, disable does the whole thing. Okay, enable. And I would like to not that. Other material, coal. Permit, and then forbid, no.
I think you just press enter to do a single one.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, there we go. And then the other one I should probably not allow coal.
Yes. Oh yeah, so you see they're just putting charcoal by itself into those piles. That means you need more bins for them to put it in.
Jesus, already? Okay.
Well, that or they just haven't started using the bins for some reason.
He just gave me the thing where it's like, hey, you finished all your bins and your barrels.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think I see them carrying a bin over to the stockpile.
Oh, there we go, yeah. I'll give it a minute, and if it looks like it's still a problem in a couple minutes, like there just aren't enough bins to bring over, then I'll tell them, like, hey, jackass, make another 30. So what are they putting here? Those are zinc bars. We have a surprising amount of... I guess we have had a guy probably smelting zinc for the last hour. That's a lot of zinc, oh my god.
That's a lot of zinc!
Isn't that an actual line from The Simpsons?
No, that's a Kung Pao reference.
Oh.
Have you watched that movie yet?
No, but I've seen the clip of... That's a lot of something. But I
That's
don't
a lot of nuts!
That's a lot of nuts. I've seen that clip.
So, that's a lot of zinc!
Sorry, I was just thinking about all the dumb references we make on this show. Like I was about to say yes, I know it's in the book, and I'm like, wait, I don't think I've linked you that YouTube poop.
Well,
it's a fucking Toyota commercial, a Toyota Camry commercial that is hilarious, and someone made a YouTube poop of it, and it's one of the funniest YouTube poops I've ever seen. It's so funny that on my soundboard, I have manually taken like every single voice clip from it so I can rearrange them on the fly.
Oh my god, improvised YouTube.
I always have a cup for whoever gets here first.
It's like, I got like the whole thing.
You got here first. Why do you keep coming back?
When I was in the service, my dad, he sent me this book, and it was written by the guy who started this company. And every word in the book, I mean, I wanted to be that guy.
You know, I wrote that book.
Yes, I know that. Your picture is on the dust jacket. Yes, that's in the book.
There you go, that's every good line from it.
It's in the book.
It's horrifically poorly acted, and they have so much makeup on that they look like they're in CGI land. They also genuinely like CGI'd in the car commercial in the park. Like, dude, like if you look carefully, I don't think there's even a shadow being cast. Like the car is clearly not parked there. They couldn't just park a fucking Camry there for the commercial.
They couldn't afford it.
Yeah. It's good, everybody.
If you could watch Kung Pao, we could make so many more stupid references.
I know. I gotta get around to it. I don't know. Okay. JMQ bin wood fucking 50, because there's clearly not enough bins.
Yeah, I don't know where all these bins are going, but they.
Yeah, where the hell
need
did they
some.
put them? I told them to make 30 bins. Where is there like somewhere else where we just really needed bins? Spring has arrived, so I can't go check though.
Let's see.